The sorbet in the
deep freeze into the refrigerator for a few hours.
Going to demonstrate the chocolate ice cream. The basic of it is the crème anglaise, which you saw my brother done last week. Actually, the crème anglaise is the basic of all cream ice cream: chocolate, vanilla, coffee, etc., etc. Let's walk in through the ingredient. The ingredient, the milk, which I've added my sugar into it, the mint for flavored, alcohol of mint, you don't need to use it, only if you wish, facultative. Cream, which will be added at the last moment, pretty near when it is churned. The chocolate and cocoa, which will go into that basin, and I will pour my hot anglaise on it to melt it. The yolk of eggs, and the excedent of my sugar, which I have not put into the milk. So the first thing I will do, I'll take my mint, break it, and put it into the milk. Bring the meat to a bowl, my yolk of eggs go there. I will beat them very hard. When they are nicely beaten, you can see, they become a bit of white. I'll pour some of my milk in it gently so that I don't overcook it. Transfer it in to the saucepan. Cook it gently. Now, if ever you were overcooking, then I'll give you a tip. Of course, if you've got scrambled egg, there's no tip to be given. But if it's slightly overcooked, you put it in a bottle and you check it well, and it usually comes back. Now, you saw my brother doing that last week. When it's coming down here to it, chocolate goes there, that goes there. And that's nearly ready. Another thing, when the big bubbles, you can see the big bubble coming in, you're pretty near to it. They become bigger and bigger, the bubbles. I'm within second of it now. You see the bubble disappearing, the little one, and the big one coming up. I'm now ready for it. Put that, pour it onto it. You can smell the lovely mint. If you want to, you can leave the mint into it. You do it the day before, right? And you leave it in the fridge for at least 24 hours to pick up all the good flavor. I have a version of it who has been in the fridge for 24 hours. That's how it looked. As you see, we left the mint into this one. And I've also got a version who has been passé into a calendar. So the mint is finished, and this is ready to be churned. So to it, I will need my cream. Take the machine, the funnel. Only put half of your mixture. When you do ice cream, I would urge you to be very, very clean. Wash your hand, make sure all the basins which you are using are spotless. There's a lot of people who do not take care when they do ice cream, so very important. Be as clean as you can. Make sure everything is properly washed. Then you start it churning, and then when it is nearly ready, you put your cream. Do not over churn, otherwise the cream will separate. There are different ice cream all over the world. An ice cream which I love the American ice cream. The fat content is extremely high, far more higher than we have it in this country. In this country, we do find some extremely good ice cream, but again, unfortunately, there are some additive into it, preservative, and all sorts of things which I strongly dislike. But those things are, I must say, are put in there to make the ice cream safer for people. You have to be extremely clean when you do ice cream.
Chocolate comes from a tree on which grows the fruit which is called a caboose. It comes from South America and Africa, amongst other countries. Each fruit has 50 beans, and the chain from its natural state to chocolate is a long one.
It is indeed, and pure, beautiful chocolate is expensive.
The best couverture, yes.
We have here an example of fantastic chocolate. This is a bitter one. This is a cacao one. There's a lot of butter cacao there. And that's a milk one, which is this one with an addition of milk. Now, in this country, the majority of people eat a chocolate which is hard and bitter chocolate, on which a lot of other fat has been added to it.
There is no cocoa butter in it.
There is no cocoa butter. So to my palate and to the palate of the French people, it is an inferior chocolate.
And it doesn't leave you a clean palate.
Exactly.
It
it's
is cheap
palate.
chocolate.
Exactly.
Yes,
Michel.
and that's why it's so cheap
It reflects in the price.
It reflects on the price.
Exactly.
Now, I've been melting some of the couverture, Albert, a little bit in the bain-marie. That's the way to do it. Just on a little basin with hot water. And I've got some holly leaves. What I'm supposed to do, really, is to do some chocolate leaf, covering them very quickly and briefly. That you can do that on presentation cake for Christmas. And you just place them in the fridge. And I've got a few there, which I've just done a few minutes ago, as they need a few minutes to set.
Well, it
I
is
just want to show you
beautiful.
that. Yes. You just take it from the holly.
And a lovely way,
And
Michel.
a beautiful, and you put that on your cake.
Fantastic. And it's a lovely way to say goodbye.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Well,
Don't
goodbye.
sit on the holly.
Don't
That
sit
will
on the
hurt
holly.
you.
All right. Well, goodbye, everybody.
And happy cooking and happy baking.
Absolutely.
Happy baking.
Happy baking.